Saturday. Thunderstorms, severe weather, flooding. We'll also pick it up with AccuWeather to tell you where we are and where we're heading for the rest of the evening. Amanda left their mark all over a Brooklyn church's statue of the Virgin Mary. A Staten Island deli co-owner was shot to death at his own store last night. And we'll tell you about what cops may be able to collect from your cell phone if you're arrested. In sports, the Yankees are under a rain delay. Top of the second for the Mets. Scoreless, San Diego 3. 78 degrees, we're going down to 70. Light rain in Midtown. When's news time 441. Traffic and transit on the ones with Shake and Gloria Chapa.
Well, North Benefit Drive. I was checking out what the delay was there. It looks like there might be a possible accident after 96th Street. Unfortunately, the jam cam does not look up that far, but I can see that you have heavy delays back into the 80s. So just keep in mind that you're going to get stuck there. Also, heading in Queens, if you're heading northbound on the BQE, so heading towards the RFK Bridge, very heavy on that left branch there as you make your way towards the RFK Bridge. Now, looking at the LIE in Queens, not so good. Eastbound's going to be slow from Queens Boulevard all the way over to the Clearview. Westbound's also slow from the Cross Island into the Clearview. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. So George, 45 to 50 in, 20 to 25 out. Lincoln, 20 to 25 in, 5 to 10 out. Holland, 15 to 20 inbound, 15 minutes on the outbound side. I'm Gloria Chapa. Our next report at 4:51, 10:10 wins on 92.3 FM.
Well, we're learning more now. Instead of 4, there were actually 6 shootings that took place within mere minutes just after 11:30 yesterday morning. Part of a series of horrific and chaotic shootings across Brooklyn and Queens that took the life of an elderly man and wounded several others. All day yesterday here on 1010 Wins and 92.3 FM, we've been telling you about it. Now we know the name of the deceased victim. He was 86-year-old Hamu Saidi of Queens. Police have also ID'd that suspect who was riding around on what they say was an illegal moped, 25-year-old Thomas Abreu of Brooklyn. The NYPD says their investigation turned up 2 more shootings. In the 5th, a man was shot at 134th Street and Jamaica Avenue. In the 6th incident, a stranger shot at a 40-year-old man who was standing on Jamaica Avenue and 131st Street. That victim was not physically injured as a result of the gunfire. Abreu was charged in yesterday's 2nd, 3rd, and 6th incidents with murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and 6 counts of criminal possession of a weapon. When's news time 4:43. Well, all that humidity has been building up. The result, well, the weather we're seeing now. Meteorologist John Shearer joins us with more. John? Okay, well, that's fair, because we also have some information from meteorologist Brian Thompson about what's next.
We do have a flood watch in effect from this afternoon through late tonight, as we are going to see the coverage of showers and even some heavier thunderstorms increase as we head throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours especially. There will be some ponding on streets and sidewalks and the potential for some more significant flooding across New Jersey, where these heavy storms could move over each other one after the other. We could even see that farther east toward the city as well. So be prepared for some flooding here as we head into the afternoon into tonight, and the potential for some more heavy storms heading into tomorrow.
And a reminder, there are delays at all of our area airports, LaGuardia, JFK, and Newark Liberty. So I suggest if you are picking up or dropping off, do check in with your individual carriers just to avoid an extra headache. Meanwhile, the National Weather Service says parts of the west, southwest, are experiencing a heat wave that could near or top records for both intensity and longevity.
The southwest braces for what could be yet another grueling, record-breaking heat wave.
It's not rocket science. You make the planet hotter, you're going to get more frequent, intense, long-lasting heat waves.
Michael Mann and other scientists warn climate change could also trigger more devastating wildfires, like the ones in Canada that exposed millions to dangerous air.
Correspondent Elise Preston in Los Angeles.
Attention people with Medicare and anyone turning 65. Are you enrolled in the best Medicare plan available? The average Medicare beneficiary has a choice of 54 Medicare plans, 766 Medicare Part D prescription drug plans, and a record 3,834 Medicare Advantage plans. How do you know you have the right plan? Simple. Call 800-431-6905. 800-431-6905. The service is free. You may find a plan with a $0 monthly premium, $0 copay, and $0 deductible. Don't gamble. Speak to a licensed agent to find out which plan is right for you. Call 800-431-6905. 800-431-6905. That's 800-431-6905. And let Best Medcare do the work for you.
It's news time 446. A vandal sprayed black paint all over a Brooklyn church's statue of the Virgin Mary.
Father Michael Gribben, the priest at Resurrection Church, says they have to pray for the person who sprayed black paint all over the statue of the Virgin Mary. It stands out front. He says they will move forward.
The people of the parish will restore this statue immediately. That'll be done. We have people lined up already, ready to help. The people care very much about this community and about their religious symbolism.
But clearly the parishioners like George are upset.
They should burn in hell. Disgraceful, despicable.
37-year-old Jonathan Bullock was arrested. He lives nearby, and he has no criminal record. He was taken to a hospital for psychological evaluation. He was also charged with criminal mischief. That's a hate crime. Carol Diori at 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM in Garrettson Beach, Brooklyn.
And at St. Joseph's Roman Catholic Church in Astoria, a man was arrested after he allegedly went into the sanctuary and frightened the kids in the youth choir. The Diocese of Brooklyn, which also covers Queens, believes this is the same person who desecrated the church last month. Winds News Time 447. That is the sound of a teenager, 16-year-old Alexander Anselman, who is a video creator and a friend of Kasi, who died last year while subway surfing. He has an art exhibit here in the Lower East Side in Manhattan at the Oculus, warning people of the dangers of subway surfing. Well, as President Biden preps to meet with other NATO leaders this week, the president of Ukraine wants to signal his country will eventually be allowed into the alliance.
Military aid to Ukraine is a key topic for the upcoming NATO summit in Lithuania. So is membership, with Sweden trying to get in. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, through a translator on ABC This Week with George Stephanopoulos, says they want a commitment they can join NATO when the war has ended.
It would be an important message to say that NATO is not afraid of Russia.
U.S. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby, also on ABC, says the U.S. has some concerns.
They still have to work on some reforms, political reforms in the country, and of course they're still at war right now.
Kirby's also defending the U.S. decision to send cluster munitions to Ukraine, which some allies fear will lead to civilian deaths.
More civilians have been and will continue to be killed by Russian forces.
I'm Jackie Quinn.
Well, Staten Island deli co-owner was shot to death in his own store last night. We've just learned his name, police say. He was Bassam Khatib. The cops tell the Daily News the victim was found just before 8 p.m. at Manor Deli and Convenience on Manor Road in Castleton Corners. Someone came into the store and found the 35-year-old man shot in the chest. They called 911 for help, reporting the incident as a robbery. Khatib was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Not immediately clear when he was shot or if anything was stolen. No arrests so far. Friends reportedly say he leaves behind a wife and 2 children and had just moved to the neighborhood because he thought it was a nice area. With News Time 449, civil liberties experts are reportedly raising questions about an NYPD policy effort to collect digital fingerprints of cell phones when people are arrested. Each cell phone has what's known as an IMEI. It's an International Mobile Equipment Identity, a 15-digit number unique to the device. If police get that info, they can track your communications, even your real-time location. Privacy experts tell the paper the only authorities who usually try collecting those numbers are federal intelligence like the NSA, but NYPD brass are reportedly pressing officers to get those numbers from arrestees. Civil liberties groups say that violates their Fourth Amendment protections against unreasonable search and seizure. The NYPD says it's not making an extensive effort to get the numbers. What's News Time 450? Traffic and AccuWeather 60 seconds away from you on 1010 Winds.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1. Find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2. Have a plan to get there. Step 3. Make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all 3 with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses.
Past performance does not guarantee future results. You don't plan for a computer virus. You don't plan to lose files. You don't plan to knock your laptop off the counter. And you don't plan for your PC to crash or your screen to freeze. But Staples has a plan. A plan for unlimited virus protection. A plan for help when you need it 24/7. Staples Total Support Plans are your tech plans for the unplanned, starting as low as $199.99. And although you didn't plan for this, right now at Staples you can also get $250 off select computers. N729 in-store only. See associate for details.
And news time 4:51. Now traffic and transit on the ones. What do you see, Gloria Chapa?
Well, we have this stalled van on the northbound Beacon just past the McCombs Dam Bridge. It's blocking the right lane. Northbound FDR Drive, so after 96th Street, looks like there might be a possible accident there. I'm seeing very heavy traffic back to the 70s now. Now, here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. And this report is sponsored by Adorama at 42 West 18th Street. The George is 45 to 50 in, 20 to 25 out, Lincoln 20 to 25 inbound, 5 to 10 out, Holland 15 to 20 in, and 15 minutes on the outbound side. The Brooklyn Bridge is heavy in both directions. There is construction on the Bronx-bound Throgs Neck Bridge, so you're seeing heavy delays actually in both directions on the Throgs Neck, and it's a little bit slow on the Whitestone Bridge going into Queens. Meanwhile, here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. Westbound LIE is slow Northern State Parkway connector to Queens. Westbound North State is slow LIE connector to Queens, and the Southern State heading westbound from the Meadowbrook to Eagle Avenue. Adorama, the photo community's favorite choice for content creators with in-store events and daily deals on gear and accessories. Mention our radio ad and get $20 off $100 purchase in store. Adorama, 42 West 18th Street in New York City. Online at Adorama.com. I'm Gloria Chapa. Our next report at 501 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Hatfield Pork brings flavor to the table your whole family will enjoy. Explore endless meal possibilities with Hatfield's variety of marinated pork, ground sausage, ham, and bacon. Find your flavor with Hatfield. Visit simplyhatfield.com to find a retailer near you.
Winds news time 4:53. Let's check out your official 1010 Winds AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Why don't we, meteorologist John Feerick?
Yeah, still a few spotty downpours in the city and along the coast. Certainly there's been one moving through Queens, northwestern Nassau County. Now that's moving into southern Westchester County. So definitely heading up toward White Plains as we head through the next 20 minutes to a half hour or so. And again, the worst of the weather this afternoon has been generally north and west of 287. That's where we have numerous flash flood warnings still in effect. More heavy rain continuing to fall. And we're going to have this flash flood threat with us through the evening. Band of some heavy showers and storms going to swing through the city along the coast here the first part of the evening. Definitely be prepared for that. Tonight we're down to 70, more showers and a thunderstorm for tomorrow. Although tomorrow it looks like things will start to dry out. We'll top out right around 80, and then dry for Tuesday, partly sunny to 87, and hot and humid Wednesday we're up to 90. Right now in Central Park, 78, mostly cloudy, going down to 70 tonight in Midtown. AccuWeather meteorologist John Feerick on New York's weather station, 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
81 degrees right now in Massachusetts, 75 in Patterson, 70 degrees in Brewster. Winds news time 4:54.
One of the great things about little boys and little girls is when they grow up, they want to be just like you. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. So to moms and dads, aunts and uncles, and grandparents everywhere, remember this. The next time you get in the car and don't buckle your seatbelt, a little boy is watching. And when you decide to text or dial and talk while driving, a little girl is watching your every move. And when you head down the road with a beer or cocktail in the car, that little person next to you is taking it all in. In this life, you have an awesome responsibility to those children who love you the most and want to be you in every way. So make a pledge today to be a good role model to these kids and their friends so that that little boy and that little girl get to grow up and be just like you. Morgan & Morgan, for our children. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Winds news time 4:55. At least 4 people, including a father, have died recently for giving into a new and deadly TikTok trend. Alabama authorities say thrill seekers jumped or flipped off the backs of speeding boats only to break their necks on the wake and drown.
It's very sad for the needless loss of life where it's totally preventable. And that's frustrating when we're working so hard to try to save lives.
Captain Jim Dennis there. The trend called boat jumping has been an issue for first responders over the last 2 years, the captain said, but has especially picked up since the beginning of this one. The first victim died in February after plunging into the Coosa River while his wife and their children watched from inside the boat. Dennis said, unfortunately, she recorded his death. What's news time 4:55 these days? Solar-powered devices are trending.
If your karma always brings you dead earbuds, take advantage of the summer sun and buy solar. Swedish-based Urbanista offers the Phoenix, powered by solar cell material that recharges when exposed to natural or artificial light. Garmin's Instinct smartwatch gets its juice from the sun, and Akaso offers a weatherproof solar camping light that provides 16 hours of lighting when charged.
That is correspondent Wendy Gillette reporting with News Time 4:56. Time now for Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Win.
Women aren't the only ones buying up personal care products. Men want to feel good too.
Target has expanded its Goodfellow and Co. men's lines, and then there's also another company, Edgewell. They've done more with men's shaving kits.
Bloomberg News consumer reporter Leslie Patton says Bath & Body Works is joining in on the competition.
Beard oil, face cream infused with hyaluronic acid, that runs, I think, about $15. Later this year in September, they're going to be doing shaving gel, shampoo, more bath and shower type stuff.
The company says it can easily double its annual men's sales from 2022's $400 million in a few years. And to do that, they're trying to appeal to millennials and Gen Zers with the help from social media influencers like this guy. The retailer is also using more navy blue and gray colors in its stores to get them inside. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Liz Mateo for 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Wins News Time 4:57.
At the Home Depot, we'll get your kitchen clicking. With savings on top brand appliances, like a new LG Powerdeck Max refrigerator with ultra-large capacity on the inside and a seamless look on the outside. Or an LG oven with built-in air fryer for crispier, healthier cooking. Plus, with convenient shopping in-store and online at the Home Depot, your innovative new appliances are just a click away, too. Final days to get special buy savings plus up to $1,000 off select kitchen appliances like this exclusive LG kitchen package at the Home Depot. Ends July 12th.
Don't miss incredible Macy's Black Friday and July specials while supplies last. Like 65% off stunning Effie Fine jewelry, 50 to 70% off designer suits, blazers, and pants for him. And select small appliances from Bella, Black & Decker, and more, now $30 and under. Or get an extra 25% off with your coupon or Macy's card. Download the Macy's app for even more great deals. Savings off there and career prices, exclusive apply.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now is the perfect time. Call today and receive 50 little blue or little yellow pills for only $99, plus 10 free pills with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-497-9989. We'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-497-9989. For as little as only $99 for 50 pills, plus 10 free pills with free shipping. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-497-9989 and ask about our express shipping option, and we will rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-497-9989 now. That's 800-497-9989.
WINS FM at HD1 New York. Always live from the free Odyssey app.
And News Time 4:59. We've got a flood watch in effect through late tonight. Mostly cloudy later on tonight. A couple showers, a thunderstorm, low 70s. More people get their news from 1010 Winds than from any other radio station in the nation. Kristen Alexander, our service aide, Sarah Milano, the editor. I am Stephanie Officer.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, New York.
Good afternoon. It's 78 degrees at 5 o'clock. I'm Bud Mishkin. Here's what's happening. The rain has come again. Flood watch remains in effect through late tonight. We'll have live AccuWeather coming up in a minute. A warning about a drink aimed at kids. Critics say Prime has enough caffeine to worry parents and pediatricians. NYPD has announced the name of the suspect in yesterday's shootings, primarily in Jamaica, Queens. A police-involved fatal shooting in Jersey City yesterday as local and federal authorities trying to execute an arrest warrant. And a dangerous new TikTok trend that has killed 4 people. It involves jumping off the back of a speeding boat. Sports, the Yankees trailing 7-4 to the Cubs in the 9th inning in the Bronx. There was a rain delay there. The Mets are already trailing 3-0 in San Diego in the 2nd inning. Wins News Time, 5:01. That's time for traffic and transit with Gloria and Chapa.
Well, let's start out with the Garden State Parkway northbound local lanes before exit 114. You have a crash. It's on the right shoulder. You'll see a little bit of a delay there. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. At the George Washington Bridge, you're going to see 45 to 50 minutes in, 20 to 25 out. Lincoln 20 to 25 in, 5 to 10 out. Holland 15 to 20 inbound, 15 minutes on the outbound side. Now, there is construction being cleared from the there's construction on the Bronx-bound Throgs Neck Bridge, and so you're going to see delays in both directions, actually, on the Throgs Neck, and I'm seeing delays in both directions on the Whitestone Bridge. Now, on Cross Island Parkway, bumper to bumper going into the marina in both directions. I can't quite see why, but I can tell you this traffic is not pretty. Here's what we see on Long Island State 3. Westbound LIE is slow from the North State Parkway connector, exit 39 into Queens. The North State is slow from the LIE connector to Queens, and the Southern State westbound is heading from the Meadowbrook to Eagle Avenue. And meanwhile, if you're heading over to the northbound Deegan just after the McCombs Dam Bridge, there's a stall in the right lane. Southbound Deegan is heading 230th Street to the George. This report is sponsored by Back to the Future, the musical. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones and breaks traffic alerts as they happen. I'm Gloria Chapa, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Great Scott! Back to the Future is now on Broadway. Experience this high-voltage blockbuster like never before. Brought to life on stage by the creators of the film. Get your tickets yesterday at BackToTheFutureMusical.com.
Police NYPD have announced the name of the suspect in yesterday's shootings, primarily the shootings in Jamaica, Queens. One was in Brooklyn, all happening in and around 11:30 yesterday morning. Police have arrested Thomas Abreu of Brooklyn. He is facing 1 charge of murder, 2 charges of attempted murder, 6 counts of criminal possession of a weapon. The murder victim has also been identified as 87-year-old Hamoud Saidi of Queens. Again, the name of the suspect, this person was in custody yesterday. Police have now released the name of the suspect. The humidity has been here for a week or so now. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere soon, and we are in the midst of flood watch that goes through late tonight. We get a live update now from AccuWeather's John Fear. John?
Yeah, now for the afternoon.